Weekly at this time, we have some good conversations about the Mason County Sheriff's Office, and in studio with me today, I've got Lieutenant Travis Adams and Chief Deputy Ryan Spurling. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Good. Mason County Sheriff's Office been in the news off and on over the last couple weeks, couple months as we're talking budget. We'll do, Travis, we'll start with you with just kind of a brief recap on what got us to where we're at today, and if you could include in that some of the conversations you guys had last week with Commissioner Shutty. I think he came by the office.
Yeah, you bet. So, as most people know, we've been pretty involved with budget stuff lately. The budget news that we received was right before the 4th of July weekend, where we were told we basically had to chop $900,000 out of our budget in about 10 working days. So, obviously, that was something that concerned us a lot because it was right before a holiday weekend, and we're trying to scramble around and figure out what the impact of that is going to be on a very short budget year with only half the year left. Initially, we were looking at losing up to 8 deputies, as well as 9 positions that are currently open that we were hoping to fill. 5 positions over in the jail, another deputy's position, and some other positions that we had open. So we met with some of our personnel, just kind of let them know what was going on, and met with Commissioner Shutty last week. Certainly we expressed our concerns with Commissioner Shutty that this has been a problem that's been developing over a number of years, and the idea that we needed to chop $900,000 out of our budget in 10 working days, and then that we were looking at another large chunk of our budget being removed at the beginning of next year. The problem that we were seeing is that this problem did not need to be fixed so quickly. There was no need to cut deep into our capacity into criminal justice and lose so many people just so that we could hit a reset button on something that we could probably do a little more slowly over a few years and get ourselves to where the commission wanted to be without cutting all those personnel. And so it was a productive meeting with Commissioner Shutty. I think he's got some laudable goals that he wants the budget to accurately reflect what's going on, so it's transparent to everybody in the community. And at the same time, we want to make sure that public safety is not cut back to 1980s level here in Mason County, so that we can continue to serve the public in the capacity that they expect from a modern law enforcement agency. And so it was a good conversation with Commissioner Shutty. I was very encouraged that he was willing to come over to our office and meet with our command staff and openly express some of his opinions, and we kind of educated him a little bit about our operations and some of the challenges that we have. And I think that the conversation is going to be ongoing, at least with that commissioner, and frankly I'd be willing to have conversations with anybody that wants to talk more about it.
So yeah, not completed. We didn't wrap things up last week. There are meetings tomorrow. The county's meeting again, and more conversations on that one.
Yep, we'll be in conversation with them probably again today, and then probably more tomorrow. And the one other thing I'd like to throw out there is thank you very much to the community who came out there, who expressed their not only their support but their concerns, and were willing to step up and say, hey, this is what we think about county government in Mason County, and become part of the process. So it's been very valuable for us to hear all of that feedback, to get all of that support, and to let the commissioners know what the priorities of government should be in Mason County.
Yeah, it seems like public safety always on the forefront of people's minds, and that is kind of a number one priority. And when you look to a 60,000 plus county, and you have a handful of folks who put on the badge every day to represent and protect those citizens, kind of a unique person decides to sign up for that job. Isn't that right, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about that, and then what you guys do to give back to the community, or why you do this thing every day, especially in the face of a lot of perhaps negative comments lately.
Absolutely. And, the sheriff in 2007 and the undersheriff and his command staff have built a reputation of trust, and it doesn't happen overnight. And transparency, open, honest, and professional is what the undersheriff tells us all the time, and they believe that. That's not just words. And the mission of the Mason County Sheriff's Office is the Mason County Sheriff's Office will be leaders in our community by providing the best law enforcement services possible. And there's core values that drive us, and that's kind of the lens in which we look through when we're dealing with situations like this. For example, the relationship with the media that the Sheriff's Office has built, that wasn't self-serving as much as some people would like to lead on. That was a partnership with the community, because we know today in our society we cannot enforce the laws of this community without the community being involved. And we have to keep them informed. For example, just simple things. There's a blocking accident somewhere and somebody needs to get around it because we have a few roads that go across our county, and it may really limit their ability to get where they need to go. So we built social media so that we could notify them right away, and we are active in it so that we can partnership with our community. Now, are we using it to help the constituents of an elected office understand what is going to affect that elected official's ability to do his job? You bet we are. That's part of the process of an elected office. It's new to me. The politics part of it is new to me, but sure, we're going to use that because this is about the citizens of Mason County, which I am one, who pay taxes, and what do we want done with that tax money. And they should have the opportunity to express their concerns, whether it's in agreement with what we have or in disagreement with what we as a sheriff's office is moving forward. And hopefully we're listening.
You make a good point about the community involvement, because I was just thinking that this weekend, and pretty much every weekend through the summer, there are events in the community. The Taste of Allen was this weekend.
Yes.
So not only are sheriff's officers and deputies all throughout the weekend working 24 hours a day in law enforcement and protection, but then in addition, people go out and work with the community, talk with the community at these types of events, putting that public face to things. So there's a lot of layers to people working on a 24-hour basis in the sheriff's office.
Absolutely, and Mason County is so supportive of law enforcement. I've worked all over the state, and there's places in the state that don't have the support that we do here, and we value that. The sheriff values that greatly, and he wants to be open, transparent, and accountable to those people that elected him.
Travis, anything more as we move forward into the rest of the week's conversations with the budget, or Chief Deputy Spurling, anything more on what we got going on in the sheriff's office, or how people can get involved? And
well, certainly we would encourage everybody to come to the commission meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
9:30.
9:30, sorry. It's going to be a very important meeting where you're going to have the opportunity, if you'd like, to speak about what you believe the important priorities of government should be in Mason County. We believe, we've heard pretty loud and clear, that public safety is right at the top of that list, and we want to make sure that the citizens have the opportunity to convey that message to the commissioners. And in the meantime, as we move forward, we're going to be talking about the 2018 budget and beyond. And we're certainly looking forward to the opportunity to talk to Commissioner Shutty more, if he's willing to do that, and make sure that we balance those priorities of government with the needs that Commissioner Shutty has identified for the county budget.
Lieutenant Travis Adams, Chief Deputy Ryan Spurling, good to see you guys.
Great to see you,
Have a
Jeff.
great day today.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Good to see you.